All right, this one is pretty amazing. Look
Wasn't
at that.
there one more you showed me? Oh yeah, it was the upper page.
Get to that. A pregnant harvest mouse will soon have a family, and so she builds. What does pregnant mean? It means that she has babies growing inside of her.
And also, it looks like there's like a hallway right here.
A hallway? Yeah. It looks almost like a ball, like a sphere to me, with a circle opening. This tiny mouse is found in areas ranging from Britain to Japan. Before her babies are born, the female mouse weaves a nest around a group of upright growing stalks.
Mouse?
Yep, it's a mouse. Weaves a nest around a group of upright growing stalks in a cultivated field using long leaves still attached to form the basic shape. She weaves the walls with blades of grass, which she first shreds lengthwise into manageable strands with her sharp teeth, and lines the nest with shorter shredded blades of grass and other soft plants. Warm, comfortable, and safely suspended above ground, growing higher and higher as the stalks to which it is attached grow. This perfect nest for baby mice takes their mother just 5 to 10 hours to build. So within one day, she'll have this whole thing built, and then she can have her babies in there. Why do you
Very nice.
do you suppose she would build this up inside these stalks above ground? I'll tell you why. So these guys can't get her. All right, what animal do you think is next? Here we have a couple of birds.
That looks like a penguin.
A penguin? Oh, because of the dark back and light bottom?
Yeah.
These are swallows. What are they building? What do you think they're building?
A basket?
It does look a little bit like a basket. Swallows are ready to breed, and so they build. Swallows fly almost everywhere in the world apart from the Arctic and Antarctica, though they winter exclusively in the southern hemisphere. They normally build their nests on a sheltered ledge or beam, perhaps inside a barn. They begin by plastering mud from a nearby pond or stream onto the wall above the ledge, then build up their nest in semicircular layers of mud balls, adding grass and straw for extra strength. It looks like that bird right there has a mud ball in its beak.
Yeah.
And that one has the grass. It may take as many as 1,000 mouthfuls of mud carried back one by one to build a nest. Swallows often return to the same place each year, repairing their nests with fresh mud and straw. What's that guy?
A bee.
It's actually a paper wasp. I think that we had these guys in one of our trees in the front yard.
Actually, I think I saw one of those in our shed.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Maybe we had two, and then they went somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. A paper wasp is about to start her colony, and so she builds. What's a colony? A colony would be a group of wasps. So that's another collective noun. Colony would be her whole family, which can be hundreds of them. The paper wasp is found in North America, Europe, and North Africa. Before she lays her eggs, the female wasp uses her powerful jaws to scrape wood from any post, fence, or beam that she can find. She adds her saliva, which would be her spit, to the wood to create a unique paper mixture. It's
Wait,
almost
fence?
yeah, she could, any kind of wood. So they suggest posts, fence, beams. Mm-hmm.
Why not a tree?
I was actually thinking the same thing. You're so funny. Yeah, I was like what if humans weren't around? would they not be able to make their nest, their home? Yeah, well, any kind of wood, so definitely trees. Now she begins to build her nest, which hangs from a plant stem, stone, or board. It takes the form of a comb made up of hexagonal cells, in each of which she lays one egg, effectively gluing it to the base to keep it from falling out. The comb has no cover, but it is very well insulated. Inside their snug cells, the eggs will develop to larvae and
How did she glue it?
yeah, that's a really, really good question. Maybe she uses a little more of her saliva to glue it, to stick it in there.
Yeah, sometimes my spit is a little bit sticky.
Sure, yeah, and their spit isn't going to be the same as our spit. Perhaps they've developed or evolved to have extra sticky spit in order to stick the eggs in. Inside their snug cells, the eggs will develop into larvae and finally into adult wasps. Whoa, what's this guy doing?
It looks like he has like some string or something.
You're right, it does look like that. And what's he doing with it?
I think he's sewing it together.
It does look like he's sewing something. This is called a tailor bird. A tailor, just so you know, is someone who sews clothing. Nowadays, factories make our clothes mostly, but a tailor is someone who could make an outfit or a suit or dress for just one person, like a custom clothing. So, in the old days, you would need tailors to make your clothes. A tailor bird will be safer if she hides in her nest, and so she builds. The tailor bird lives in southern China, India, and Southeast Asia, and the female usually nests in a garden or on cultivated land.
We have a garden.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Have you ever seen that in our garden? Guess what?
But if we were in India and we had a garden, we would get those.
Potentially, yeah. Very good. And the female usually nests in a garden or on cultivated land. She chooses one or two large living leaves on a tree and draws their edges together using her beak and feet. She makes small holes down the sides with a sharp point of her beak. Then she twists spiders' webs, bark, and plant fibers into threads and pushes them through the holes to hold the leaves together. So each of these threads are made out of a combination of things: spider webs, plant fibers, and bark. Each stitch is fastened with a rough knot. Inside this leafy pocket...
Knot?
Yeah.
How did the bird steal the circumferences idea?
That's excellent. I don't know. Each stitch is fastened with a rough knot. Inside this leafy pocket, the tailored bird can build her nest of grasses, plant, down, and fibers, safely camouflaged among the trees. What does camouflaged mean?
Making it so someone can't see.
Well, camouflage would mean like hidden, and it actually means disguised, right? So she uses, it specifically said living leaves, so that she could make her nest in there, and the leaves would still stay green and be alive, and it would look like it's just a plant, and you wouldn't even know that there's a bird actually living in there.
I'm not looking at this one.
We came to the bowl and doily spider. That's what this is called. Bowl and doily spiders need to trap their food, and so they build. The little bowl and doily spider is found in North America and has relatives known as sheet web or hammock web spiders in many parts of the world. Its name derives from the fact that it spins two webs, the upper one shaped like a shallow bowl the lower one like a flat doily. When an insect gets entangled in the bowl, the spider bites through the web from below, pulls the insect through, and wraps it up. The two webs, as well as being an effective food trap, help to protect the spiders, who often hang between the bowl and the doily. That's interesting. Two different webs.